Hey everybody, my name is John Costa. I'm actually the owner and operator of Costa Health and Fitness. I'm a personal trainer there. And today we're gonna go over some conditioning drills that I would give normally to a high school athlete. So we're gonna pick a high school football player. He's gonna be a cornerback, safety, a defensive back, one of those positions. And we're gonna go over some drills today. It's gonna help him with quick change of direction, quick bursts of speed, and being able to backpedal and just have that kind of dexterity, and talk about our neuromuscular muscle memory as we go through. So we're going to do about 4 or 5 different drills today, and that's going to be the general theme of it. If I was doing a conditioning program for a cornerback, this is exactly an idea of what I would have them go through. All right guys, first thing we're going to do before we do any kind of exercise, before we do any kind of conditioning, sprinting or anything, we have to make sure that we're warmed up. All right, so we're not going to we don't do any static stretching in the beginning. All right, our muscles are too cold. We don't want to do that. We want to do that at the end so we can get them stretched out, we get them elongated. But in the beginning, we don't want to put that kind of strain on them. So we're going to do some dynamic warm-ups and dynamic stretches, and that's going to help get our muscles firing. We're going to try to open up our hips a little, get our hip flexors firing, and get them nice and loose to be able to do these sprints and these change of directions. So the first thing we're going to do is want to do some mobility mountain climbers. All right, so we're going to get down in the mountain climber position, but instead of just doing a mountain climber, we put our foot up, we're going to stretch into it, and we're going to open up to get our hips to open up. All right, let me show you. So we're going to get down, okay? So we're down like we're doing a mountain climber. Put our foot here, sink in, and we're going to open up, okay? All right, switch, open up. All right, I know it might seem like a static stretch, but because we're doing this twist and we're opening up, we're getting those hip flexors to fire, all right? Getting them nice and loose, opening up. One of the biggest problems our athletes are gonna have is the same problem everybody else has, all right? Our hip flexors. As a society nowadays, we are way too stagnant. We sit down a lot, we're driving, we're at work, even as kids in school, they're in school for 8 hours. These hip flexors, they don't like that very much. So one of the biggest problems we're gonna have is we're gonna have to make sure our hip flexors are loose and open. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do just a lunge with a twist, all right? We're gonna get our core loosened up, and again, we're working our hip flexors and our hamstrings. So down, all right, twist. Make sure your back knee, all right, is almost touching the ground. Knee doesn't go in front of the toes. We're at a 45 degree. Bring this back knee down, okay? Get that twist going in. Stand up. Sink nice and in, all right? Feel that? You're gonna feel it right here, all right? Both legs. Make sure that you keep it nice and steady pace. We don't want to go fast. It's a warm up, all right? This is the time. We don't want to worry about time. We don't want to worry about pace. We want to make sure that our body is nice and warm. Last thing we want is to get injured. Last thing a coach wants is for their athlete to get injured while they're doing something. So we got to make sure they're nice and warmed up. All right? So now we got that. We're going to walk back this way. We're going to do some star toe touches, okay? So arms going to be up. We're going to go arm to opposite foot, okay? So we're just going to be walking toe touches. So foot comes down. Next one, foot comes down, okay? We're gonna feel it, lower back. We're gonna feel in our glutes. All right, a whole posterior chain, especially when we're talking about change of direction and doing those kind of things. Posterior chain is very important to be open up, okay? Right, and our last thing we're gonna do for a warm-up is we're gonna do some quick bounding, okay? Now we have them kind of loose a little bit. We got our hip flexors loose, our posterior chain. We're gonna work on that quick muscle twitch, okay? So we're gonna be doing some bounding. With bounding, foot comes up, it's like a hop, and our knee comes up, okay? And the whole point is we wanna move up and out at the same time. Let me show you. Right? So we're gonna do those 4 or 5 exercises about 2 or 3 times through. and then we'll get started on the drills that we're gonna do. All right, guys, the first drill we're gonna do a 4-cone drill, okay? So we're gonna be working on lateral steps. We're gonna be working quick burst of speed on a quick sprint. We're gonna be working some back pedal, and we're gonna be working quick change of direction, all right? So come on with me, we'll see how the drill goes. All right, so you're gonna start right here in the corner, okay? 4 corners. Gotta make sure all 4 corners. Now you can have these 5 yards apart, you can have them 10, 15. I want to do more than 15 yards, but you want to make sure it's as close to a square as you can, okay? So you're going to start here. When they say go, you're going to sprint up. As soon as you get around this cone, hips down, butt down, back up. All right, we're going to side shuffle, lateral movement, lateral movement. As soon as we clear this one, this cone, we're immediately going to back pedal, okay? Again, hips back, shoulders straight. Wherever our shoulders go, we're gonna go. We wanna stay in a straight line. So keep our shoulders straight as we're backpedaling, backpedaling. As soon as we clear this cone, all right, we're shuffling again, shuffling again. As soon as we get to this red cone right here, plant our foot, turn, and quick burst of speed, and we're gonna sprint that way. All right, so let me show you how it's gonna go. Now we're gonna run through it. Ready? So we sprint up, come around, we're shuffling, we're shuffling, we're shuffling. Now we're gonna back pedal, okay? Go back around, shuffle, shuffle, plant our foot. Now it's important with a drill like this, we don't want one side of our body getting too used to doing all the load, okay? We gotta have some neuromuscular, equilibrium going on. So whatever you do one side, we gotta do it the other. Ready? So up. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Now we're backpedaling, backpedaling. Now we shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Foot down, sprint. And that's our 4-cone drill. All right, guys, for our next drill, especially being that we're working with a cornerback, defensive back, anybody who's gonna spend a lot of time with quick burst, quick speed, or quick backpedaling as they're keeping up with the receiver. All right, we're gonna work on some forward and reverse runs. Okay, so we're gonna have our blue cones and our yellow cones. We're gonna go around our blue cones forward. Our yellow cones are gonna be where we're gonna go reverse. So I'll walk you through it one time and then we'll run it. We'll have some fun. All right, so we're gonna start the blue cone. We're gonna start the blue cone back here. All right, so as soon as we go, we're gonna run up. This is a sprint, okay? Nice short steps, get the sprint. As soon as we clear here, get our hips down immediately, back pedal, all right? It's gonna be so key for our athletes to get those hips down. They're never gonna be able to keep up with a run with a wide receiver or anything if we can't teach them to get those hips down. That's why getting our hip flexors loose is so important. So as soon as we clear this cone, we're back, 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 okay? Get them looking over that shoulder. As soon as they clear, we're sprinting back up. As soon as we come around, we're gonna go all the way back to this blue one. As soon as we clear it, there's a green cone right there. We're gonna sprint to the finish. It's gonna be so important, especially on that last one, that we sprint to the finish, okay? That's what we wanna teach them. Muscles are gonna be tired. We need that quick change of direction. All right, so make sure when they got their hips down, when they're backpedaling, they plant that foot to be able to go forward. Same thing when we're going backwards. We're running up, plant that foot, immediately go back. All right, let's run it. All right, guys, now we're done with the cones. Now we're gonna head up on the ladder, okay? Ladder's gonna be really important for our athletes. Get fast feet, okay? We can teach them on the cones, have them go backwards all they want, but if we don't teach their feet to go fast, it doesn't make a difference. So now we're gonna work on some fast feet, okay? First thing we're gonna do is actually 3 drills in once. We're gonna do a slow high knee through the agility ladder. Then we're gonna turn around, do a fast high knee through the agility ladder, and then we're gonna do double tap high knees all the way through, okay? So let me show you quick, and then we'll run it full speed. So first thing we're gonna do is I want nice and slow high knees, okay? 1 leg in each. Nice and slow high knees. All right? As soon as we get through, I want them to turn around. All right, now we're gonna go faster high knees, okay? It's still gonna be high knees all the way through. Last one we're gonna do is we're gonna be, okay, double tapping high knees all the way through. All right, we're getting them ready because that last one is gonna be the fast one. So we're getting their body ready, we're getting them ready, we're revving them up, and then we're gonna have them do it nice and quick. So let's see it in real time. Okay, so first we're gonna high knee. Make sure we're getting our arms going, okay? Go a little bit faster. All right, now we're gonna double tap. And that's our 3-part drill for drill number 1 on the ladder. All right, so the next one we're gonna do on the agility ladder, we're gonna do a lateral high knee. 2 parts, it's kind of the same thing. We're gonna go slow, 1 time through. As soon as we get the other end, we're gonna go quick through. Again, working on those fast feet, okay? As you can tell, I've been running these drills. I'm only doing it once. I'm a little out of breath. We got our athletes doing this, all right, with the speed, all right, and they're working it. They're gonna be tired, their legs are gonna be tired, so we're teaching them that fast foot, okay? We need that muscle memory to be able to do these drills, okay? So we're gonna start here, right? Again, make sure we're getting our arms going, all right? So nice and slow, going through, all right? As soon as we get here, all right? That's drill number 2 on the agility ladder. All right, guys, so the next drill we're gonna do on our agility ladder, we're gonna be working that first step quick, both front and back, okay? So we're gonna be working laterally on the ladder, but we're still gonna be going in and out of each individual square. So we're gonna start over here, all right? Remember I said, that first step. So even though we're going lateral on the ladder, we're going in, all right, out, in, out, all right? We're gonna go all the way down. You wanna go nice and quick again. So in, out, all the way there and all the way back. Now it's important, our athletes are always gonna wanna go fast. They're gonna wanna speed through this kind of drill. We gotta make sure they're getting that footwork down. That's more important over anything else. Speed will always come. We gotta get the footwork down first, okay? So if they have to go a little bit slower the first time, then let them, all right? So in, out, nice and quick, small feet movements, okay? We don't want large steps. We're working fast feet and that first step. Now we're back here, back down. All right, see I fumbled my feet a little bit. We gotta worry, they're gonna do that too. We have to concentrate on that footwork. Go a little slower, get the footwork down, and the speed will always come later on. Okay guys, the last drill we're gonna do on the agility ladder for today, we're gonna do a slalom jump, okay? So remember, especially when we're dealing with our athletes, or cornerbacks, safeties, defensive backs, anybody in that kind of, skill set, we do a lot of dynamic movements, okay? Backwards, forwards, they can be jumping, a lot of quick change of directions. So we have to work those muscle fibers. We gotta get that fast twitch going. We gotta get that dynamic power to be able to get it at any given time, okay? So with this drill, we're gonna go forward and we're gonna go backwards, okay? It's just like if you've ever been skiing, it's just like that. All right? We wanna do it nice and quick, nice and fast. All right, when you hop, toes down, as soon as the heels touch, we're going again. Nice and fast dynamic on those movements. Here we go. okay? Reverse is always gonna be difficult for them. Again, like we talked about in some of the other exercises, slow is better at first until they get used to it. But as soon as we get used to this drill, it's really gonna help them with that fast twitch, dynamic power that we need to be able to change direction at any given time. Okay guys, now that we're done with our exercises, we've done our drills, all right? Our muscles are tired, they're fatigued, but they're warm. Now we can do our static stretching. Remember, I told you in the beginning that we don't do static stretch in the beginning. The muscles are cold. It's just like a rubber band. We're not gonna stretch a rubber band cold. You wanna kind of warm it up first. Now that we're warm, we're gonna be able to do that. All we did, we worked our legs a lot today, okay? We stretched out our posterior chain, but now we need to stretch it again at the end. So we're gonna go back into that lunge, all right? But we're gonna lean forward. You're gonna feel it in our hamstrings. You're gonna feel it in our hip right here, okay? So lean forward, you're gonna feel it right here too. Hold it, 20 to 30 seconds, ease out, switch legs, okay? Do the same thing for the next one. Stretch in, lean forward, get that nice stretch in that hip going, all right? Feel those hip flexors stretching, all right? Hold it for 20, 30 seconds, ease out. Every stretch we're gonna do, we wanna do it for about 20 to 30 seconds. When you're done with the stretch, you never wanna just stand right up. Always wanna ease out, okay? We stretched out that muscle. You wanna ease it back in, all right? Next thing we wanna do, just do some quick, all right? Keep our knees slightly bent at the hips. Go down, touch the ground, okay? You're gonna feel it right here in our hamstrings. It's almost like we're doing a deadlift. We're coming down. Feel it nice and tight in our hamstrings. Come down, hold it. All right, 20, 30 seconds. Slowly take some deep breaths. Come back up, all right? Let's do it again. Come back down. Feel it nice and tight here. Touch the ground. Hold it. All right. Slowly come back up. All right, we're gonna do the same thing. Put foot over, kind of come down. Now we're gonna be focusing on one leg. Again, it's our hamstring and our calf is getting involved. Bring it down. Hold it for 20, 30 seconds. Come back up. Switch it and do the other side. All right? Now, just because we're doing some static stretching doesn't mean that we neglect and we don't do any more dynamic stuff either, okay? So here we're gonna do some inchworms, and we're gonna go into, it's almost like a dive bomber kind of thing. So we're gonna come down, all right? Feel it nice and tight. Inch out into that push-up position. And we're gonna bring our hips down. Hold it there. Come back up, inch our way back up. All right, we'll do it one more time. Okay? So remember, we're gonna come down, get our hands flat, inch our way out, push up position, bring our hips down. Feel it for a couple of seconds, hold it for about 20 or 30 seconds, come back up, inch our way back up. All right? The other thing I would recommend is when we're all said and done, we've done all of our stretches, later in the evening, especially depending on how sore you are, foam roll. You get a foam roller, either use a lacrosse ball or get a foam roller. Roll out your hamstrings, roll your quads, your hips and your calves, okay? Our athletes do this exercise and do these drills multiple times over the course of a week or a couple of weeks, along with weight training. They're gonna be sore, muscles are gonna be fatigued. We need to kind of get that fascia release out and kind of help them. So make sure we're foam rolling at night.